Let's talk about what happened in Wisconsin yesterday on the Republican side. Exactly as predicted, Donald Trump lost. Exactly as I've been saying for a very long time, Donald Trump is not going to get this Republican nomination before the Republican National Convention. He is not going to. I don't know how else I can say it, Lewis. Let's start with yesterday's results. Ted Cruz with a big win over Trump, 48-35, based on how Wisconsin's primary results translate to delegate math based on congressional districts and all sorts of other specific rules. Ted Cruz, 36 delegates. Donald Trump, 6 delegates. John Kasich, with 14% of the vote, 0.0 delegates. Now, what about the delegate totals? And this is where it really starts to get interesting. Donald Trump still ahead, 742 delegates. Ted Cruz about 237 delegates behind with 505. Marco Rubio, who we have an asterisk next to his name, 171 delegates. He is out of the race, but he is not relinquishing the delegates. And John Kasich still in the race with 143. Needed to win 1237. So Donald Trump about 7/12 of the way there. Ted Cruz about 5/12 of the way there, according to the New York Times numbers of this morning. So let's speak, Lewis. I really want clarity this evening and or afternoon or whenever it is, middle of the night, as many people listening to the show as they doze off to sleep. It would be almost impossible for Donald Trump to win this nomination before the convention. There's one scenario, and you can do this yourself. There's all these interactive maps you can try online. There's a scenario which estimates that from now until the convention, Trump wins a relatively respectable number of delegates in the remaining primaries, but he takes every delegate in California, right? Every single California delegate, which is huge, and it's not going to happen. Even that incredibly generous scenario does not get Donald Trump to 1,237 delegates, which is what he needs. People who email me saying, I don't get that Trump is going to run away with this thing. Donald Trump will not secure the nomination before the convention, period. And then we'll see what happens at the convention.
And I'm assuming you are confident that the establishment will not give him the nomination.
I don't know. It's too early. I know that there will be many in the establishment who would not want to give Donald Trump the nomination, but we will see. Now, at his press conference yesterday, at his victory speech, Ted Cruz, aside from just being absolutely horrifyingly creepy and scary and disturbing, he also insisted that he has a path to 1,237 delegates before the nomination. That's just comical, right? I mean, with Donald Trump, you can sort of figure out a way that it's possible, but incredibly unlikely. Ted Cruz needs something like 90% of the remaining delegates to reach 1,237 before the convention. And unless Trump and maybe Kasich drop out, right? Unless Cruz is unopposed from here on out, Cruz is not getting to 1,237 before the convention.
That is why he is called Lying Ted.
Right. Yeah. And Donald Trump using that phrase, or whoever wrote Trump's statement after yesterday's primary. A contested convention is coming up. This is good for Democrats, unless it leads to the Republicans choosing someone that has an actual shot, like Paul Ryan or John Kasich. But hopefully that would anger Trump so much that he would run third party. FreshBooks is offering David Pakman Show listeners a 30-day free trial of their service. I'm obviously the host of the David Pakman Show, but I also run the business that is the David Pakman Show, and I want to spend as much time as possible on the show and growing and improving my business. So FreshBooks lets you get paid more quickly. It helps with invoicing. It helps with so many of those business administration tools. And it's for freelancers and small businesses who want to get organized on those issues and really focus on growing the business. So to get your 30-day free trial of FreshBooks and support the David Pakman Show, go to gofreshbooks.com/TDPS. That's gofreshbooks.com/TDPS.